It's Patriots Today by Chat Sports. I'm Harrison Graham. Let's jump right on in. Ian Rapoport with some not great news. Patriots starting guard Cole Strange, still dealing with a significant knee injury suffered late last season, is expected to miss the start of 2024 and may be out until the middle of the season, sources say. Strange has started every game he's played in New England. We'll talk about the significance of this, plus take a look at some potential replacements. But first, let's show some love. If you're wishing Cole Strange a speedy recovery, type CS down in the comments. Show Cole Strange some love as he looks to get back on the field sooner rather than later. But from a practical standpoint, this is not a great situation. Number one, he hasn't played that well. It was considered a reach at the time. He hasn't been great since they picked him, and now he's injured. And look, you kind of need him, so even though you haven't loved the player up to this point, you don't really have a ton of great options. So you're definitely stuck in a not-so-great situation now. I thought he played okay last year. PFF grades will kind of bear that out. Overall in run blocking in that of average to above average. Pass blocking probably a tick below average. But he at least played serviceable last year. He wasn't very good at all in 2022. And look, he may never start again. If they find someone, if Leighton Robinson comes in there and takes his job and runs with it, maybe that explains that pick a little bit more. It could be it for Cole Strange in New England. I would not be surprised at all if we've seen the end of him here in Foxborough. You look at this offensive line right now, you got question marks everywhere. Caden Wallace, is he ready to be a starting left tackle, a position he never played in college? We'll see. We don't know when Cole Strange is going to be ready. It's not going to be ready week one. David Andrews, he's solid there at center. City Sal, serviceable. Michael Winu, good at right tackle. So center and right tackle you feel pretty good about. The other three positions, you're like, it's not a very good position group. And look, again, if Leighton Robinson comes in here and shows some promise, or if Leverett plays well, another option there also, it's hard to see Cole Strange getting back in there. But you obviously want him healthy. You want that option at your disposal if you are the New England Patriots. But bad timing to get hurt under a new regime here, or to not be ready, because I don't think Gerard Mayo and company are going to be messing around. They're going to look for other options, and they're going to do it quickly. Subscribe to the channel if you want Patriots off-season coverage. We got you covered here on Patriots Today by Chat Sports, bringing you videos every single day, whether it's me or someone else. That's what we do here. It's youtube.com/Patriots Today. You're playing a dangerous game. The left side of your offensive line could be brand new to those positions, and especially when you factor in the Drake May portion of this. And it's why I will continue to say I would not start Drake May week one, because I don't know how that offensive line, especially his blind side, is going to hold up. I would rather put Jacoby Brissett out there, a veteran, and if things don't go well, he could take the bullets for you. You don't want to bury Drake May early and have him lose confidence because he doesn't trust the offensive line. Now, the good news for New England is they have some money. If there's a trade out there, or if there's someone they want to sign, we'll talk about some free agents in a second, they could certainly go that route. But it's not like, you've got just starting guards sitting everywhere. Now, I will say this, it's easier to plug and play at guard than it is at tackle, but it's not like there's all pros just on the street. Let's get to the first guy who I think makes a ton of sense, and quite frankly, I would sign him right now. He's probably an upgrade over Strange anyway. That's Dalton Risner, who spent last season with the Minnesota Vikings. He's the most experienced left guard available. He just is. He started a lot. He's played pretty well. I thought he played last year. He signed late in the offseason with Minnesota and did some good things. That is a player that I would go out and get if I was New England. Now, the PFF grades don't bear out that well, but then you look at it further, like, okay, he didn't give up a single sack in 15 games. He only had 3 penalties. He started pretty much the entire season. So I think that is a worthwhile target if I'm Minnesota, or if I'm New England, bringing him in from Minnesota. That is something I would certainly do. Next up is Greg Van Roten, who remains unsigned as well. He's bounced around a lot throughout his NFL career. He played right guard last season, so, keep that in mind. Most of these guards are pretty interchangeable. They can play left, they can play right, but that's not true for everyone, so would certainly have to factor that in. Maybe City Sal could slide to the left side, or you play Van Roten over there, who graded out pretty well at right guard last season. 75 overall, pass blocking 77.4, run blocking almost 70. Gave up 5 sacks, but I thought he held his own. We'll see if he becomes a viable option. The good news is none of these guys are going to cost that much, even though you have plenty of money. And I think a couple of them are starting caliber, like Reisner and like Van Roten. Now, should the Patriots go out and sign a guard, type Y for yes, they should, or type N for no, they should not. Let me know in the comment section down below. Yes or no, do the Patriots need a guard? I would at least bring in some competition. You could bring in a guy like Nick Gates, who spent last season with Washington. He's also spent some time with the Giants as well. Graded out fairly well. He played 641 snaps a year ago. 66 overall, 71 run block, 61 pass blocking. Serviceable numbers, nothing great, nothing bad overall. What's interesting about him as well is he did play center last year, and he could play center or guard. So, you could sign him, and he could kind of be your backup center slash starting right or left guard, or he could just be a top swing interior guy. It's kind of Cole Strange, right? Like Cole Strange can play guard or center. He's not great at either, but he's serviceable at both. That could be kind of the approach here. Just bring another body in, and then when Strange is healthy, you figure out who your best 5 are. But he's got that positional versatility, which certainly has value. Get yourself a Patriots t-shirt and hat combo right now at chatsports.com/PatsCombo. It's $20 off right now. Starting to warm up, so get yourself a hat, t-shirt. You got the red tee, you got the red shade on the hat as well, which is fantastic. Link will be in the comments and in the description. chatsports.com/PatsCombo. Mark Glowinski's next up, and we've reached the portion of there's not any good options left, really. Mark Glowinski is just not very good. You look back at his week 1 grades against Dallas a year ago when he was playing for the Giants. How is his run blocking grade a 66.7 and his pass blocking a 1.0? Is a 1.0 like you literally just on pass block reps don't touch the guy? Like, I would love to talk to whoever graded this out at PFF. It's like a 1.0? Does that mean he lost every single rep? Because I don't know how else to play that, especially considering his run blocking was actually decent. He's experienced, he's played, but man, he's a turnstile up there. He's not very good at all. Gave up 6 sacks in just 12 games last year, so this would be purely a depth play. This is not someone you'd want to start, but he is still out there. Phil Haynes is out there as well. Been with Seattle. Kind of more in the Glowinski realm. Like, not very good. Not a starter. Like, I look at these 5 guys. Like, Reisner, Van Roten. I think they're plug-and-play, serviceable starters. Gates, he's not a great starter, but he could play center or guard, so that gives him value. Glowinski and Haynes are strictly backups. I mean, you could make a strong argument they're more in the practice squad realm. So that's kind of where you're at if you're New England. So it really comes down to, how does Layden Robinson look? Do they think he can step in and play? And if not, I think you got to bring in one of these players. All right, there you have it. Appreciate everybody for tuning in to Patriots Today by Chat Sports. We'll continue to plug out content every single day here on the channel as the offseason rolls along, as OTAs rolls along. We'll have OTAs winners and losers, so keep an eye out for that. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications. We'll see you next time.